Man, we in there, baby. We in there now. We in there. Hey, guys, what's going on? It's your partner, Frankie P, and we want to welcome you to another edition of the BS of Entrepreneurship podcast. This is where you come primarily for the 9-to-5 entrepreneur, but you may be a full-time entrepreneur, but you need to know tips, you need to know some strategies, but you need to know how and why to never give up, because just that one idea, you may just hear one thing today that'll change your life forever. But I want to introduce a guy today, but before we do that, I want to go ahead and let you are
Maria P.
And you are?
Tracy P.
There I am.
There I am.
I was looking for the red dot.
Okay, yeah, the red dot. Oh, yeah, so the red dot tells us what camera's on. And Gabby is controlling that for us. But today, guys, we are so excited. We're going to have you, if you don't get excited today, I guarantee you something is wrong. Something is wrong. My partner, my brother from way back, Bucky Fields. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Yeah, he was a basketball player, all-star basketball player.
Is he telling the truth?
Yeah. Way back when. So, but we're gonna just let him tell his story of some of the struggles that he went through and where he is now, the professional that he is now, and how he has built himself up, and how if you have gone through some challenges or some tribulations too, how you can do the same thing. My brother, hey Bucky, welcome baby, welcome.
He said, thank you for letting me be here. You're right. I used to play basketball for Friendly. You know, I felt I was an all-star, but my father wanted me to get a little bit of the DC basketball in me. So I said, okay, go back to where I came from, Bury Farms. But when I went down Bury Farms, started playing basketball, the other stuff was down Bury Farms, the drugs and all that. And I was fascinated, wow, I can hang out outside. So next thing you know, I went into the drug trade. And I was in 11th grade. I went to prison my 12th grade year. Didn't even graduate. They gave me 11 to 35 years. Wow. Yeah, me and my two cousins, 11 to 35 years.
Sally?
Now, this was the thing. In D.C., in our neighborhood, detectives, and now they watching, they used to do this. In December, around December, they used to come in our neighborhood, we might be out there shooting dice or we have money on and stuff like that. They'd jump out, take the money, won't lock us up. They just take the money, because they use the money and said, yeah, this for our Christmas for our kids. So so I had I had a Cherokee all fixed up with the sheepskins and all. So when I used to ride through coming down Martin Luther King, I had all my King all in the seats, 2 telephones. I was young. So as I used to come through to drive home out Fort Washington, police to pull me over. Well, I know he got money on him. So one day we got tired. I said, you know what? One of these days they gonna pull up the wrong time. We gonna retaliate. Mm-hmm. And we did.
You retaliated on the police.
Huh?
You retaliated on the police.
Retaliated on the police. They tried to say it was a drug. They tried to say it was they tried to attempt a drug buy. No, they just. I think I had about 60,000 in my truck, and me and my cousin. I kept saying, I said, man, we should go hit 295 and go around. I said, man, let's go through the city, past Cherry, see if there's anything jumping down Cherry. Sure enough. We going down there, and when they pulled me up, I already knew. I said, man, so they told me, get out the car. They said, oh, bingo. So I was heated. Because now, I got to explain this money to the people I got to explain this money to.
Mm-hmm.
Was your Cherokee red?
It was red.
I know. Go ahead.
It was red, yeah.
Well.
So, yeah.
I swear she know everything.
I don't know if we had a guest on yet that Tracy doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me and my cousin Beanie.
Somebody she know.
Yeah.
Beanie and Bucky?
Beanie and Bucky. Yeah, that was.
You know my folks?
Who?
Lisa, Joanne.
Oh, from the high rise. Yeah. Oh. Lisa, Thomas' baby mother.
Bubba was my father.
Oh, yeah, that man.
Okay, go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah, Nikki passed away. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so this is one time we was talking about. We was riding one day, and I said, you know what? I said, man, we just talking. Me and my cousin just talking. I said, man, the next time said, man, he was in charge of security.
Okay.
I was making him. He was in charge of security, and my cousin was just like, because remember my license was suspended, so he's just like be my driver. Sure enough, they pulled us over. So there, I think I had about 5,000-6,000 on me then. So I'm looking at my cousin. He looking at me. I'm like, so they pulling me out the car, and I'm looking at him like, so my cousin Herb get out the car. He looking. I'm like, I know what this we say we gonna do. They just started drawing. And it was undercover police out there. So they just started shooting. So one, my cousin Bean, he shot two. My cousin Herb took off running. When the police came, they got everybody. And look, I jumped in the truck and I got away. So when I got away, then they better manhunt for us. You know what I'm saying? They had a manhunt for us. So we turned ourselves in. They tried to make it like we was trying to sell the undercover. Yeah, we didn't even deal with PCP. They tried to. Well, I stopped dealing with PCP was years. So, but I gave my cousin 38 years. He just came home. He did 33.
Okay.
They gave me 1135. I did 11 and 2 months on it. But you gotta look at it. When I went in, I just turned 19.
You were young.
Yeah. So when I came home, I was 30.
Okay.
But, when I was in prison, I got my GED and everything in prison because I didn't graduate from high school. But my mindset was like, okay, I just want to just shorten my circle, try to get some kind of employment to be able to take care of my family because I had a son.
So let me drill down for a second. Okay. So when you went to prison and you were 19 years old, you were coming out, so had anything changed between 19 and 30, or were you just upset, angry, or what was your mindset while you was in prison?
Well, I had my father the whole time, and what he taught me like, do time. Don't let time do you.
Say that again, brother. Say that again.
Yeah, he said, he was a stickler about it. He said, every year you do something. You do something positive, So I went from I can barely learn how to read or write to get my GED, to teaching people.
Stop playing. Come on, man. Come on now.
So I still see them to this day. Some of them in DPW, because I'm in DPW now. And some of them in DPW, I remember he taught me how to get my GED. And I went from barely can read or write to be able to teach people. So just having patience with people. But I didn't learn my lesson. When I came home, I felt like I missed stuff. So I got into I came home, was doing the right thing, got into the post office, a mailman for 7-8 years, but I had that 1 foot I'm working. I had that 1 foot, but I kept my circle short. I only dealt with 4 people.
Right.
I said, if I ever go back to prison, it's gonna be for one of y'all. I stayed out here for 10 years. I came home in 99, but 98, I went back in 2008 for another 11 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I've been home. I just been home since 2000. I came home 2019.
Okay.
So now. So you gotta look at it. I just did 11, was home for 10, and to survive in prison is something. So to make it through that, not learning a lesson, and that's why I tell people, I said, man, you got to change, because it's serious. To go back in, working at, I'm making like $78,000 a year as a mailman, and I'm talking about, I lost my wife, I just got married, we was married 3 months. When I went in,
did your wife know that you were still in the streets when?
See, that was the thing. I was a stickler about that, not letting her see that part. Like she never saw no money. I never carried cash money on my. I was using, she never saw it. But when I married her and I moved in the house, now I got to bring a part of me there, and I tried to separate it because in my other place I had it separated. If I had stuck with that same thing, then I wouldn't have got locked up because everything was separated. But being as I was in her house, I kept it together. And sure enough, when the feds ran in there, one of my right hand got locked up. Didn't want to do the time. Wore around me. I couldn't believe it. They got the video and everything. I'm with my male uniform on, talking to him. So when they came to court, I was like, when I saw the video, I was like, what?
And you didn't even know about the video until they showed it.
I'm the godfather to his son. I mean,
he created a video.
Yeah, so he went so far. It's like, it's showtime. He just pulled up. They show all this in court. I couldn't believe it. I want to say his name, but I ain't gonna say it.
Right, exactly. Right.
No. But that happened. But I ain't mad at him because people think like, because of my reputation, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna do this, do that. I say, look, he saved my life. Yeah, I went to prison.
let me stop you for 1 second.
Right.
Now that you said that, I'm so glad we're doing this podcast. I'm so glad we're doing this interview because I'm listening to a video about anger and forgiveness. And one of the questions that someone had asked about, I was listening to Rock. Well, we know him as Woody, but Rock. He said, "Who are you a villain in the story of?" And because I was dealing with anger issues, I can say this now because I'm not dealing with it. I remember when we went friendly, and I was like, man, I was mad at Bucky. I was mad at Bucky. And watch when I tell you the story, you're going to be like, well, yeah, I remember. Remember Carlos?
Carlos Warren?
Carlos Warren.
Yeah.
Right? So now Carlos me and Carlos got into it in the gym, and then we come outside, and I was like, man, they getting ready to jump me. and from that day, Vic came around the corner and saved it.
Yeah.
And from that day, and it took me years. And I'm like, as I got older, I'm like, why am I upset at this dude? I had no idea. And I'm so grateful that
I'm still confused. What happened?
Boy stuff.
Okay, so I don't even know what. I mean, you came outside. He was outside, and you said
no. I was actually coming up the stairs, and they were coming around the corner.
So he was about to fight you.
Yeah, absolutely, because I had fought him the day before. I had fought Carlos. I had fought Carlos the day before.
Okay.
And then the next day,
he came and got us.
They came around the corner.
I think you told me half of that.
So when they came and got them,
I was by myself.
happened?
I was by myself.
So what happened when they walked up?
Victor Griffin came around the corner, and Vic was like 230, 240.
Yeah, yes he is.
And Vic like, yo, man, I pulled on Vic.
All real tall, if I remember.
Yeah, because he played basketball. Yeah, man, I pulled on Vic. I was like, man, you saved me, bro. I was like, man, but I apologize, Bookie. Go ahead.
But like I said, when I went in the second level, like I said, I took a lot of different programs. One of the programs I took was conflict resolution and victim impact. And I'm like, victim impact? They tell me, I ain't never killed nobody. So the whole time I'm in the class, I'm like, I'm not a rapist. I'm not, they talking about that. And I was like, okay, when y'all gonna talk about something that's involved me? They said, we waiting for you to say that. We waiting for you last. You was a drug dealer. I said, yeah. He said, you the worst of them all. I said, well, how's that? He said, look, when you take, say for instance, you take an ounce of cocaine, and then you give it to somebody, and he served it to this person, that person, that person, that person. And that person that they sold it to, they taking away from their kids, they get the drugs. And I'm sitting there like, they rob and they stealing off of that once. And look how all the people you affected. Not just killing one person, you destroyed a whole community. I was dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it.
You never thought about that when you was doing
that
it?
That never crossed my mind. Cause I'm like, this here, once I exchange it,
it's a done. Right. Non-emotional.
Knowing what they was doing to the women and the men with that, it was. So I knew right then and there, I said, drugs is nowhere in my system anymore.
Wow.
But I said, I gotta replace it with something because I love the rush. I love the excitement. Like I love it. That's just my thing. So I had to replace it. So go ahead.
Here's my question. What have you replaced it with?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Thank you, Tracy. Great minds think alike.
First I had to, and I used to ask myself that because I went to, when I was in prison, I was selling cell phones. I never forget. I still had to sell something. That was my thing.
Wasn't hurting nobody.
Yeah, I ain't hurt nobody.
I
I ain't selling no drugs. I'm just selling cell phone and tobacco. That's all I'm selling. In prison. Oh, I was killing them too.
That was his right. Wasn't hurting a soul.
Yeah, but when I went to the hole, and they kept me in the hole for 18 months.
You was in the hole
18 months.
So is it exactly the way it is on
23
TV?
hours and one. You in there by yourself. You gonna get to learn yourself. You gonna get to love yourself. And you in that hole for 18 months.
You were in there for 23 hours.
23 hours a
for
day.
18 months.
18 months.
To
Anybody
me,
asking?
That's torture.
Yeah.
That's like setting someone up to basically hang themselves.
And they was doing
all
it.
of that. So I'm so glad that you didn't do that. I mean, I know some people deserve certain things, but that's torture.
Yeah. Because they wanted me. They were trying to figure out how was he able? Because when I went in the hole with so many, we always tear each other down. Okay,
did somebody snitch on you?
See, that was the thing.
But was it because of the phones?
Okay, I was in my sickness. Okay, I had a correction officer. She wasn't bringing the phones in for me, but I had to do a misdirection because my mind, criminal mind, I had to do a misdirection. So people were thinking that it's her, but it's not her. But all along, it was my wife bringing it in to visit. So by me, making money, she wants some money, and one thing led to another, and that's going on. And she coming to my cell and stuff like that. So now guys is disliking me. They can't do nothing to me because they know I'm work called. But they say if we can't do nothing to them, let's get them off the compound. So they dropped a note on me. They never found no phones, but all the compound was talking about, oh, he's locked up. No more. They ain't found no more phones on the compound because ain't no more phones coming in. So they brought the FBI in. They went to my wife, tried to get her to see if she can say anything. She ain't saying anything because they never can pinpoint. I crossed. They never can. So, but that put me in that hole for that 18 months. I got to learn myself.
Okay, that's where I was going.
I got to learn myself. I said I got to change. Something got to stop. You know what I'm saying? 18 months.
23 hours in.
Yeah.
And 1 hour out. For not even killing somebody.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, and some people, even the psych come around every 3 months just to check a person's mental. And they used to come to me and say, "Phil, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah," because my day was planned out.
Oh man, come on, talk to me. Come on, brother, dig, baby, dig.
I had it planned. I had my study session. I'm Muslim, so I prayed.
So did they allow you to have any material to read?
I had my wife was sending me different inspirational books in.
Okay.
I learned the Arabic, how to speak Arabic, how to read Arabic.
You learn how to read Arabic? Well,
I learned how to read. I learned how to read Arabic. And then teaching people through the sales, all different kind of books I was reading. I was even take the dictionary and try to go down the dictionary just to keep you occupied. But then I had novels, so you got study time, you got your novel time, like you looking at a movie, And these are the things. And my workout time, and then sleep, and that was every day. On weekends, I just relaxed, and it's like I was on the street, and I had my days planned out like that. But when they transferred me to Cumberland, right? They transferred me to Cumberland from North Carolina. I was like, okay, now I got to put my stuff into play. So I said, what can I do here to try to help somebody? Because I know I hurt a whole lot of people. So I was going to be education, and one of the little guys was arguing with one of the teachers, a guy from D.C. So and I knew the little young guy, and I said, man, come here. And the principals and stuff, they happened to be in the office.
This was after the 18 months, correct?
After the 18 months.
Okay.
They don't know me on the compound. Nobody don't know me or nothing. Some of the, like the guys know, but none of the teachers don't know me. But when I pulled the guy up and made him act right and make him go back to class, they was like, so they put me in the office. I'm thinking I'm getting in trouble for something. They said, man, you from D.C.? I'm like, yeah. He said, man, you mind sitting in some of these classes, keep these little young guys? I'm like, sure. Now, and look, so when I got set in the class, I started seeing that they wasn't really paying no attention to them, the young guy. They weren't really helping nobody. They was trying to put them in a space. You know what I'm saying? So I closed the door. I had a conversation with them. I said, man, y'all gonna sit in here and play, or y'all gonna get y'all GED? And I had like 25 bad students in 3 months. All of them got their GED.
Wow.
All of them got that. I see them to this day. All of them got their GED. I mean, I broke it down, made it simple. How to do the essay, how to study the different, the reading comprehension. I mean, the essay was important. I had them talk about things that they like. Write about stuff that you like.
That's it. That's the key.
And that's what I did. So now when they transferred me from there, because my custody level dropped, they transferred me to another institution. So now I want to learn what I got to learn here. So everywhere I went to learn something, But when I got to the last institution, because I can go on about that jail stuff, but the last institution was, I met Raposo. I said, now what I want to do here? One, I got to prepare myself because I'm getting short. Got to prepare myself so what this institution offered. They had culinary arts, and they had landscaping, right? So I said, let me do both. Let me do the culinary arts first, and then, okay, got my certification in culinary arts, got my serve safe. Then I said,
so here's my question, because so someone may be seeing this video and they locked up right now. How does the penitentiary come and give you those options, or how does that work for them to be able to choose between the culinary or the landscaping? How does that come about?
Okay, now they started to take away most of all the programs out of the jails because of the COVID, because of the violence. So, but a lot of the guys that's in, they got to ask for certain stuff. You'd be surprised when the 8 o'clock count and they let everybody out. The gym is this way, the education is that way. 90% of the people go to the gym, 10% of people go to the and it's sad that a lot of inmates work on their body, then they try to educate themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to show something different. Like some of the guys, so when I did this, the culinary arts, before I went into the landscape and did the culinary arts, I asked the instructor, I said, well, if they go, you get a certification, you can't really take it on the street. What about offering to serve safe? That's a certificate they can take, a certificate they can take and use on the street. She said, but we don't got the right to teach.
What is that? What is serve safe?
Serve safe is like a serve safe license that you can, food handler's license that you can go in any restaurant and be a supervisor.
Oh, okay.
Because you got that license. She said, well, look, I have my serve safe. I can proctor the test. I said, if you can proctor the test, let me sit down and work out a curriculum and I can teach it.
Come on, Bucky.
She said, you think so? I don't know, Fields. I don't know. I said, well, look, all I need is a place and 13 days.
Bruh.
She said, why 13 days? I said, it's 10 lessons in the book, 10 chapters, right? 1 day is for the introduction. That's 11 days. The 12th day is the post-test for the pre-test, and then the 10, and then the 12th day, the post-test. The 13th day, the 13th day, you should be ready to proctor the test because it'd be still fresh in their mind. I had 20 students.
Bruh.
All. When she came into class, she had her head down. Never forget, Miss Murray. She came in, she had her head down. Some of the guys was in the class. We sitting there talking. She came in there, she put her head down. I'm looking like tears in this woman's eyes. I said, what happened? She had the paper. She said, all 20 passed. I said, man, the administration and all of them, they was like, oh man. But now I got to change up now. Now I'm going to do something different because I did that. I gave it to somebody else. Now I want to do something. Because I say I ain't gonna really go into the food service when I go home. Okay. I like being outside.
Right.
That's my thing.
Got you.
So that's when I went to the culinary arts class, and like I said earlier, I was saying I met the guy named Raposo. Mean, but he reminded me like Rain Man. He walked, but he's smart as a mud, but he very unapproachable. But if he see you work in his class, he was teaching the class.
Oh, okay.
He was the teacher. So when he see you working, like because he wants you to get your hands there. Like I learned so much with how to make soil. You make soil off of sand, silk, and clay. You put that together, that's natural soil. And I was like, and if you go somewhere and like I can look at somebody's yard and I'd be like, look, see the reason why something ain't growing right here because all this is sand and clay. So now I got to bring some silk, which is like compost, to mix it with the sand, silk, and clay.
I got a place for you.
And then I tell you, like some people like grass don't grow certain places. I say, look, the spot they don't grow at. Right, I just did it at my house, and I took a picture. I'm telling you, you can go get the $1 something bag from Home Depot, compost. It's called fertilizer something. Put it grass only need 2 inches to grow. Once you pour it in that spot, put some seeds on it, cover it up with some hay, water it, grass can grow right up there.
Hold on.
It's amazing. I'm telling you.
Go over that process one more time.
Okay, now. And I used to tell my wife this. She told me, son, what you gonna do about that spot right there?
I got a bare spot.
I said, I got a bare spot. It was, a matter of fact, it was the trees to be right there.
Okay.
So if you cut a tree down, that's all the stuff, the roots in there. So you got to build that up with some kind of like infield and dirt, because it's gonna constantly sink. So I went out there, that whole circle, a big old circle. I put the infield in there so it won't sink. Put the regular. It only costs like $1 something. I never get white purple bag in Home Depot. I spreaded it all over that circle. Took the seeds, poured the seeds on it, watered it, put hay over it. Because if you don't put hay over it, the bird's gonna eat it. Okay. Now you're saying it, and it's the best time was doing it now because.
Now you mean like
right, like now? Fall, yeah, right? The fall, because throughout the whole season, the seed's gonna germinate in the ground with the snow and everything. And it's going to germinate next spring. But now, since we've been hot now, my grass coming out of it right now. Because we having warm days. It's coming out right now. So, but these are things I learned with Raposo. I mean, like I said, I was in Danbury, Connecticut, and the compound, they had a guy cutting and the guy went home. The compound the inside is like a cage. It's like a box. and it's each section, and it's surrounded by the units. But each section, if you look at it, it looks small on the camera. But if you Google it, anybody Google Danbury, each section, it's like triangles, and it's like 8 of them.
Okay.
And all you got is a push mower, a weed eater, and a push mower. That's it. And it's electric, not gas. So now I got to change the batteries and everything. It was crazy. You be out there all day.
Wow. on one section?
No, 45 minutes. And I have to time myself. 45, trying to cut it down. 45 minutes for this one, 45 minutes with that one. But he used to tell me, when I said, how he used to teach me, he'd let me do it and then won't say nothing until after I get finished. Like,
This is your mentor?
Yeah, my mentor. He said, okay, go ahead and cut that grass ready. So I'm in my mindset, take the lawnmower and cut the grass.
Mm-hmm.
I see landscapers doing that right now. When they get to a yard, they start cutting first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now look, if you got a fence and you got grass here, right? The lawnmower is only gonna get but so close to the fence.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you cut first, right?
You're gonna still have all
that
those.
high grass gonna be at that fence.
Okay.
So now if you come back with the weed eater, what you doing? You taking that high grass, dropping it on fresh cut grass. After a couple of days, now that's gonna be a brown trail going around your fence. He said, no, weed eat first. Weed eat first, right? Along the fence line, all the way around the tree boxes and everything. Then come with the lawnmower and cut it up in the whole yard. You gonna weed eat anyway. Okay.
So it's like
Into the
painting.
mic.
It's
Yeah.
like painting. You paint the sides and the electrical outlets first, and then you do the whole thing.
Exactly. You know how you do the outline of trimming around?
My
Exactly. You do the same
All right
thing.
now.
You know how big your wheels are, and then you get a chance to see, because landscaping equipment is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So then, say for instance, you just start cutting, and they got a water main. If it hit your blade, it crack your blade. You know the water main little things been inside yards.
Okay, yeah.
You hit it and it break. If you come with a round lawnmower, it'll break your spindle. You down. That's losing money.
Right.
But if you weed eat first, now you get to see the yard. You get to understand the terrain. You get to see what's the problem areas. You get to see the texture of the grass. So now you go in deep and you see the texture of the grass. You can see how high how low you can drop your blade. How high.
Okay.
Because if it's real like green grass, then you got to bring your blade down just a little bit. I'm gonna put it at 4, and I'm gonna trim it, because if I put it at 3, it's gonna be so many grass clippers, and that's gonna turn brown.
I've done
it's
that.
a science. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is raise the deck and just keep trimming it. And then next time you cut,
Raposa.
raise the deck. He was a stickler, but the weed eater, he had me weed eat the whole property. And I got the weed eater, and then my back, when I get from my back, he said, yeah, because the handle of the weed eater, it can move up. All you gotta do is unscrew it. You put it across your body, 45 degrees across your body, and you stand up straight, and you reach for the handle. So then you put a handle where you comfortable with, and that's how you cut.
Well, most people, they just grab it and they bend over and they start going down.
And they tear your back.
And 20 minutes later, they like, I can't finish this job.
And they go forward. You see people walking forward.
Yeah.
They say, why do you walk backwards? Because it's less stress on your body. If you walking backwards, weeding backwards, you move faster. But if you're going forward, then you're using your arms, your lower back.
Wow. I've been there.
I see where they have it across their body.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they have it across their
Wow.
body.
Yeah, and then
You're gonna have to
Alfonso
have
probably
wisdom
told
to
him
do
how to
this.
do it.
Raposo.
Raposo.
Yeah, Raposo. Yeah, he taught me. So, but going into when I first came home, and I knew I wanted to get into the landscaping.
So which time was this?
This time.
Okay.
I came home in 2019. I'm staying with my mom. I'm trying to, find my way. I'm having a whole lot of patience. One thing I tell anybody, and I'm a stickler with that, is patience and persevere. I just, 'cause I know I was in prison, I didn't really have nothing. But I know if I have patience and take my time, I can accumulate a lot. So I was working without Big Bob.
Ah, yeah.
He got me working in a moving company.
Oh, man.
At the same time, I had a lawnmower and my mother van.
Okay.
And my mother used to ride with me. And I used to cut yards. My mother used to ride, that's my sidekick. I cut one yard, that somebody might come and say, well, how much you charge to cut this yard? And if it's a small yard, I'm saying, just give me 25. Because I do it so fast. And if they right beside each other, I just weed eat all one time. Cut across, and I'm gone. So They was like, and then it just went from word of mouth. Then they got this program in DC called CAB. And I tell you, I'm an alumni with them right now. They saying if you save $1,500,
Okay.
they'll give you. Back then it was no. The first time I went, 'cause I'm in it now. I'm in there right now.
Okay.
If you save $750, no, I'm wrong. $2,500. The first time was $2,500. You save $2,500, and they bank account Citibank, they match it. It's a match saving program.
Oh,
So
that's good.
you save $2,500, they're gonna give you $5,000
What?
to put towards whatever you want to put towards.
What?
To.
Hold.
Is that
for your
anyone,
business.
or it's for
If you
specific?
and look, and I tell anybody, I'm telling guys that's coming home now, if you're a DC resident.
Look right there. Look
You
right
have
there.
if you're
Let
a
them know.
DC resident, you have a part-time job, and you file a part-time or a full-time job, and you filed taxes last year. You can call it CAB. You can look it up, Google it, CAAB, CAB. The lady name is Constant Bryant. You can ask her. She's beautiful. Now it's even sweeter. Now you save $1,500. $1,500. They give you $7,500. Your $15 back plus $6,000. You can put it towards. You want to start your own business?
That is awesome.
Wow.
They doing that right now. I think I'm almost at the $1,500. Cause see, now I want to expand. Cause see, I was gonna take it and get me a bigger vehicle.
Okay.
So I can have my nephew, doing the grass. Cause I taught him. So he, So they was like, now I guess people must have messed it up. You can't use it to buy a vehicle. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more landscaping equipment, and that's what I'm in the process of doing now, trying to price it and see that the $7,500. I'm not put up 15. I just take 100 every month. You know what I'm saying? You can put as low as $25 in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that only for people that are coming home?
No.
Or is
A
it for
DC resident.
DC
A
resident?
DC resident.
At first
Oh
I
my
thought it was only
God.
for ex-offenders, but a DC resident, you got a part-time or full-time. There's only stipulation: part-time or full-time
You
job.
have to be employed.
And you file taxes. So if you file taxes,
DC resident employed and file
That's
taxes.
not a bad stipulation.
And you put the $1,500 into, so they have an account set up,
they got
and
an account at
you send
Citibank, at Citibank right
I'm
there on
moving
Minnesota
to DC.
it,
Avenue.
and you send that money into that account.
Yep, they give you
Within
an account.
12 months.
No, if it take you 18 months,
Oh, however long it takes you to
and
get
you only can put $25 in it. Some people only can afford $25. How fast? Or you can do it like, say for instance, you put $500 this month. You put $500 next month. You put $500 next month. They
That's
cut
three-
you a
that's-
check for $7,500.
Stop playing.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Merlin
And
better
all
step
you
that
gotta
game
do
up.
is sit at a 2-hour seminar online. She right there talking to you. She going over the program. That's it.
So they don't review your credit or anything like that. It's
No.
not even a credit app. Oh, that's,
Nope.
That's really
Nope. You just gotta have if you now, just making sure my business proposal and everything. I want to expand. So I already got my fields
So they
landscaping.
require you to have a business.
Yeah. You gotta have like a business plan.
Okay, and that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yes, I know some say if you want to go to school.
I'm gonna tell about this.
Yeah.
too.
Say if you want to go to school, or you already in school, you can show that you're in school. You need money towards school. You can use it for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
DC resident.
DC
DC
resident.
resident.
DC has all the
Right.
programs.
I know
tell you.
somebody that just bought a house in DC and all she put up was $1,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
They
She did
paid.
the HAP program.
HPAP.
And they put
Yeah.
up like about $100 and something thousand.
Yeah. And see, that's what I was going to do,
Nice.
but I was like,
Got one of those newer ones.
because my mother got a house, my wife got a house in DC, and we bought another house. So it's like, I don't need to use the program, but by me being a DC government employee, so I can get that same, the same benefits.
So you came home in 2019. And when you came home, you started your business. How soon thereafter?
Like, months. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say months. I was still in the halfway house. So I never forget when the halfway house lady was looking for me. Because sometimes Bob don't have no job, don't have a job that particular day.
Okay.
So now I can use that particular day to cut some grass. So she said, "Where you at?" I said, "Okay." He want me to. I'm out. I was in Virginia. I was cutting in my mother's van. She
You
was
had the
driving
van,
with me.
yep.
And the inspector lady, she came with her. She saw me cutting the grass. She said, look, I need you to cut my grass. And that's how I was able to cut her grass over there off of Central Avenue. And then her next door neighbor asked me because they contractors didn't come. I mean, my contracts came by word of mouth.
Man, shout out Big Bob. Big Bob, you the man, man.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, and I know, and like I tell guys that's like just coming home and stuff like that, that you got to be able to be multi-faceted. You got to keep your hands like, I'm doing the landscaping, but I know that landscaping is seasonal. So then what else I can do? So by me working with Big Bob, DC had another program. They got the program now. And that's another program for DC people that's coming home and stuff like that. It's a MORCA program, Mayor's Office of Returning Citizen. MORCA. Mayor's Office of Returning Citizen, right there across the street from the big chair.
Oh, okay.
I went through that program to get my CDL. Right now, I'm a CDL instructor for DPW.
Come on, man.
Right now, and the guys, I just sat and talked to the guys in the room. They're just like me. They just came from MORCA, like 40 of them today. My supervisor, the one, and look how I got, and it's crazy. I came in just like a person just trying to get their CDL. The instructor, I mean, I was so patient with some of the unruly students. Like after I got mine, like I thought I'm still learning, but I took time out to help him. And he couldn't deal with them because some of the women was like talking trash, stuff like that. So he said, "Man, can you work with her today?" All along he was testing me. Most people, man, I ain't help. I'm worrying about myself. Nah, I was stopping for what I was doing was teaching them. I went to go get my CDL, my Class B. He took me out there, out Landover. I failed. I was crushed. I was crushed. I never forget, Corey LeBoer, that's my supervisor. He put his arm around me. He said, "Look, man, you trying to get in DPW, man, you got to try it again." I said, "All right. I know you got your landscape going up, but you need something else." I said, "All right." I came back that Thursday. I passed. DC got a program called Tony Thomas. I went through that, the CDL. Now, I got my Class B. I went through that program. It took me 2 weeks. I got my school bus endorsement. So now I studied on the school bus. So now I can drive the school bus. I got my passenger endorsement. He said, "I don't want you to stop there. I want you to get your big boy license," which is the Class A. But all along, he trained me, and I don't know it. He said, "Look, I want you to come over and help me on promotion." With DPW. I'm in DPW, driving the trash. 2020, I lost my son to COVID. Right? There's on YouTube. They had a big old thing about it, and because I was on my way to work when I found out that he passed the COVID, and my only child, and he was like 35.
Damn.
So, and they was like, and it was just, and I couldn't just sit still.
Yeah.
I had to keep busy. So, and I was doing the trash. So they hired me in DPW permanent. I think a lot of that played a part, by me losing my son and stuff like that.
Right.
But now they hired me permanent as a CDL instructor, so now I can give back to all them guys that's coming home. All them guys, they calling me right now, and I give them the blueprint like it ain't nothing. If you just came home, you go to MORCA, get your driver's license. I'm telling them, some just coming home, step by step. And the reason why, and the reason why I can tell them that, because I did it. Everything I'm telling them I did, step by step, by downloading DMV Genie to get my driver's license. Paid a little $14 a month to keep it on there. Got my Class B, got my Class A, studying it right on my phone, because a lot of times people don't have time to do the book and stuff like that. Then once you got your learnings, you go down MORCA and say, "Look, I got my learnings, I'm a DC resident, I just came home, I need some help." Put you right in the DPW program. You get your Class A, DPW hire you. Right off the bat. You getting $56,000 a year coming home.
Man.
It's someone that ain't been home. I see them to this day. They ain't been home 3-4 months.
Do you have to, is the program only for someone who's just coming home?
The MORCA program.
Can I go over there and just do it?
Yeah. See, the MORCA program is just for, but see, I try to find different ways to circumvent. Like, they got the MORCA program, then they got the Project Empowerment program that you can come through DPW as well. But say you're a Maryland resident.
Okay.
You get your CDL, you go down to the Reed Center, say, "I got my Class A, I'm trying to work for DPW." They need Class A drivers. Some of my friends got Class A's, but they in Maryland. Now they send me, "Man, thank you, man." I'm like, "I told you."
Okay. So even if they're in Maryland, just go get your CDL.
Yeah. See, only thing I can't bring them in through DPW because you got to be a DC resident through our training program, and our training program is free.
Wow.
When they coming through, it's free.
No reason
I mean, it's no reason. Even if you don't want to work in DPW, got you a Class A, you can go anywhere. Pass endorsement. And then I got a direct line, shout out to Michelle Walker. They gave me a shot when I first got my CDL. They gave me a shot on driving the shuttle bus in DC for UDC. I ain't used to driving no big vehicles. But she said, you know what, just take your time. And that year I was with them, and I said, look, when I went for the interview, I got my suit on, because I learned this through Morka and Project Prime. I got my suit on, and the guy was looking like, who was he, a supervisor? No, I'm just trying to get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need a more stable job, and I did that. And every time I came to work, I come from DPW, change in my car, put on my shirt and tie and slacks, and get on the shuttle bus.
That's right.
So it can be done.
Yeah, man,
Absolutely.
and that's what you gotta have different
excuses.
irons in the fire. There's too many different irons in the fire. So now I'm kind of relaxing now because I'm set. My business is wonderful. I got a guy now that Guy Hollis, shout out to my man Hollis, a young guy he trying, and I used to just watch him. Same how people used to watch. I just watch him. He just take care of his family. My next door neighbor. I see him with his little landscaping stuff, and I just watch him. I see how he treated his yard, and I asked him. I said, "Man, you taking over a job?" He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." So I say, "You mind cutting this yard?" He said, "How you do?" "How you do?" He cut just like you. I said, "Okay." Then I said, "But look, you work for me. I know you do your own thing, but you work for me, and we have a wonderful." I'm telling you, I post it on Facebook.
Wow.
We show up and show out when we come there.
Man, but I mean, this is so daggone inspiring. This is so.
It really is.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now? Do you think you've made up for the wrongs of the past? Because when someone told you a drug dealer is the worst out of everything, because it sounds to me like you have really made up. You've helped a lot of people. Okay, you're now. Well,
I ain't gonna stop. That's my thing. I'm saying, my mindset now is like with the landscaping and with the CDL, being a CDL instructor. I say I'm gonna teach people until Allah take my soul. I mean.
So let me ask you, Maria, were you trying to ask? And I'm just asking. Were you trying to ask? So because what people said, drug dealers are.
Yeah.
Which you had no knowledge of. You just thank you, bye.
Yeah.
Do you feel like now you're giving back from what people were saying that a drug dealer was?
Yeah.
Now, is that part of the reasons why, or is it because you just came home and you just ready to strive to be a better person than what you was and do your own thing?
I say that's too. I wanted to, first and foremost, you can't help. I'm a firm believer you can't help nobody unless you can help yourself. So I wanted to make sure I can be able to help myself so I can be able to help people. So I feel like I accomplished that, and I'm still accomplishing it. I help myself, can be able to take care of my family, and I can be able to help people at the same time. And I pray that I can continue to keep doing it and be a role model. I goes into the prison systems. I just went down to New Beginning.
Okay.
I went down there and gave a goodbye to the young guys and stuff like that. A lot of them, some of them might be ready to come home, and they just don't know what to do. Like they don't have a direction. You know what I'm saying? So when I can just give them direction, you can call me. I give my phone number. Y'all call me. I give you direction. Like, man, I can't get no clothes. I take you to the thrift store. The thrift store, I'm telling you, I go there still to this day.
Go ahead.
Yeah, out there in Laurel, I'm trying to think of the name because certain days, Thursday and Tuesday.
I know. We went out there and bought some stuff.
I got some clothes.
Oh yeah, because we take them down to Project Empowerment. We take them. Yeah,
Sinead has clothes if you need some clothes.
Not only do we take them there, we take them to the embankments, the homeless embankments. We take clothes down there too, coats and stuff. Me and my brother's shout out to Abdul the Squirt.
I have 3 contractor trash bags of clothes.
Well, yeah, we sort through them and like female clothes, male clothes, and we just constantly trying to just do our part. We just constantly try to do our part, and
that's amazing.
Yeah,
from where you come from to where you are now, it's amazing, and it can be done because so many people don't do anything. They just come home and get back in trouble and just don't.
Yeah.
They just stay on a negative vibe, which is so unfortunate. And, it's a good thing that you had, I guess, mentors.
Yeah.
But you also, I believe that it comes from within. Okay? And if you have the wherewithal to say, look, this is not what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to be a better person. I want to be a positive person. But it also takes someone or something to ring a bell. Like something has to go off and say, oh, that's why. Or, and it's happened for me with certain things in my own life where I felt like, you know, that it can't get any better, you know, any worse than this. Woe is me. But then I started reading motivational books and things like that, and it changed my whole perspective on who I was. So I can relate to what you're saying, and I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
There was a shift.
Because you got people out here that had never been in and don't know what direction they're going.
I'm telling you.
And living foul.
Right, real foul.
But when you sit down and go to different communities and have conversations, when they be like, I didn't know I can do that. I be like, yeah.
No, because I never even knew about the DPW or the two programs that you talked about until today.
I'm and it works. I'm telling you, I just sat in a room today with like 40 students today trying to get, and some of them that was in prison with me, and you know, just to be able to stand there with my little DPW stuff on, my little folder,
proud,
and I'm like, look, I'm here, I'm with y'all, I'm here. Unfortunately, I can't stay that long because I had like 10 students in Landover training. I had to shoot to the class, introduce myself, and then go out there, you know, and just to see. When they pass, oh man, they ready to take that picture. Knowing that they ready to start their career, oh man, it's rewarding to me. It's definitely rewarding to me. You know?
I love it.
DC has so many programs.
And when she said about the motivational, excuse me, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
And when you were saying about the motivational books and stuff like that, one that stuck with me so much was Les Brown. That motivates me, Les Brown. I mean, I can just remember when I be talking to someone, it was like, by the yard is hard, but inch by inch, anything is a cinch. By the token of time, oh man, I'll be talking to some guys.
You can look up, you can get up.
Yeah.
Fall on your back. Fall on your back, and you can get up.
Excuses are the tools of losers in life. Those who use them build monuments of nothingness and never succeed.
I was thinking about something actually, because I listen to motivation every day. And one of the things they were saying as far as the truth is the truth. Everything else are excuses and exceptions.
That's exactly right.
The truth is, and everybody else, they try to grind. Well, yeah, this is, but. That's the name of my book. Get your big butt out the way. Everything.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that is get your big butt out the way.
Yeah.
Everybody tells you this, but I'm going to do this, but I would tear the world up, but
That's me.
I believe it's just insecurities. It's things. It's the self-talk and what's in your your subconscious mind. What are you telling yourself? And do you have to change what you're saying to yourself?
You do.
Because although on the outside you're saying one thing, I want to do this, I like that, but then back here, you're still, even as you're speaking those words, you're still saying, I can't do that. That's not for me. I don't know how that's going to work out. Are people going to like me? Are people going to like what I do? You can't do that. You got to say, I don't care if people like what I do. I'm still going to put it out there.
I think some people, okay, even if you have motivation to do this and this and this, and you amount to somewhere in your life, even if it's not something serious that makes you, I don't know, branch out. Everyone has a but in their life that they need to overcome.
Right.
Like, oh, I want to do this, whether it's, oh, I want to get a pedicure, but like,
If they cut my toe,
excuses or exceptions.
Yeah.
Excuses or exceptions.
Because humankind has fear. But you just
it's
have
what
to
you've been taught,
overcome.
though.
Right.
Because a lot of times, the people who love you, your family members, they're the main ones telling you what you can't do. No, you don't want to do that. That's not.
You don't want to take all your money and do this.
Yeah,
you
don't want to do that. Yeah,
Because they look at who you were at this day. They can't see who you are here, who you've grown to be. And their mind has just literally gone to this circle right here where you've grown to this spot right here.
And you may have grown, but it's their fears.
It's their right.
Their
It's them.
fears, and they're putting those
they're
fears
trying
on
to
you.
they're trying to put them on you.
You
Absolutely,
know?
100%.
My ex, I told him my husband passed, and then I told him after a while, I was like, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I need to find a job where it works with my schedule. He was like, you're not going to be able to do that. You need to go find a 9 to 5, and then maybe you can find someone. I was like, no, I feel that I can find a job that works with my schedule where I can still take care of my children, but still put food on the table.
That's right.
And
That's
I'm
right.
here.
Oh, you manifested. You manifested.
I'm here. And you're here. You know what I'm saying? We're all here.
That's right.
In our different
Can be done.
capacities, you know, and in
That's
order for
right.
us to grow, all of us, in order for us to grow, we've got to keep pushing and stop saying what we can't do.
And have faith.
Right, have faith.
Definitely got
Strong faith.
Has anybody at this table ever woke up in the middle of the night? I saw this on TV. Woke up in the middle of the night and just start like talking to God and saying what you need to do and what you gotta do and what you're gonna do and this
Every day.
in the middle of the night. Like,
in the middle of the night,
okay,
yeah.
so that happened to me.
Oh, okay.
I was asleep and I woke up.
Come
and
on
I
now.
was
Come on.
talking to you.
Come on now.
Talking and I
Yes.
was like,
Yes.
I just couldn't stop. It was for like 30 minutes, and there ain't nobody in the room but me.
No,
Like,
you
it's
weren't
time.
alone.
You-
It's time.
it was you
You
and
weren't
God.
alone, boo.
Yeah,
You were
I was
not
like,
alone.
it is time.
That's what's up.
It is.
That ain't never. It happened two nights in the last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we got to break that block. We got to break that block there.
yeah.
I think she's breaking it.
And one of the things to break the block is to find one action to take and then take that one action rather than grouping it into a large picture. Dwindle it down to one action and then just take that one action. So if you put 3 things on your paper that can get you towards that goal and you accomplish one, now just like with my manifesto, my success manifesto, when you pay yourself at night, pay yourself for that one action that you did that took you toward your goal that you ultimately want. You don't have to meet that big goal before you pay yourself and you succeed and you congratulate yourself. Just a small action, okay? Please do that.
And you know, I was also thinking, I know when I was all those years ago, when I was really ill, and I had to bring myself out of that and become the person I am today. You had that same perseverance with what you've already been through, and how quickly you went from this level and in pain and saying I got to get back. I got that same type of emotion that you had for that situation, and you got through it, and you were back in the office in 30 days. 30 days, okay? After all that you went through, if you take that same drive and you apply it to whatever it is you want, you'll get there. You got it. You got
I
it.
know I do.
You got it. I mean, here's a testimony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep pushing.
Absolutely. Right.
This is a testimony.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
sure.
amazed.
Thank you.
I am amazed.
Like it was the 11 and 11 for me.
Oh yeah, that's and surviving prison. It ain't easy.
Yes, 11
Mentally,
and then 11.
just come home.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You can watch the video. Yeah.
But yeah, just that alone, and then how you didn't break those 18 months. That means a whole, like, oh my God, I got like a certain level of respect. For
Yeah, the 18 months were huge. That was huge. Bro.
telling you,
That was huge.
I can see if it was a
And that's
couple
a
of weeks.
story.
Couple
That
of
would
weeks,
get
yeah.
anybody through. You know, but you still have to have the drive and the want to do it.
18.
No, I was locked in prison. I was locked in the cell for 18 months.
The whole
18 months.
1 hour a day.
Yeah, 1
Like
hour
on
a day.
TV.
When he said
No
that, I
TV.
remember that.
I
No
said,
radio.
Like on television.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know he didn't know what was happening.
No.
And I was
Denzel
thinking that, I'm like, he
Washington.
didn't know what was happening in the world.
Nothing.
He didn't know.
You didn't know what day of the week it was.
Right.
How was it to adapt? How was it to adapt when you first got out?
That's what I was.
Man.
That's when you came.
When you start
home,
being
it's
around
like,
people, like when people walking past you, you like, cause you know I went from there to a compound. So when they first brought me to the compound in Cumberland, They locked me down immediately, and the guy told me, said, look, I know you from D.C., we don't want no trouble. I'm like, nah, man, I just want to get some air. I've been locked,
So we got a reputation?
Yeah,
We got a reputation?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah, D.C. got a reputation in the federal. That small little thing on the map is known all through the federal penitentiary.
Wow.
And all the penal system. Some institutions will say, but look, they can't even have a lot of dudes from D.C. there. Like Cumberland, like when I was in Danbury, you couldn't have over 12.
It's a lot of brilliant minds. It is a lot.
I can see it. I mean, literally, I can see the brilliance.
Story and the thing that you're telling me, and I'm like,
It's amazing.
He's brilliant.
But
He's a genius.
this is
You don't
2022,
recognize-
2025,
That's a
Bucky.
genius.
You're gonna be a millionaire.
I'm working on it.
No, you're not working on it. You're going to be a millionaire. I'm telling you today, based on the mindset that you have, the goals that you have, the perseverance that you have, the everything that you've put together, the plan, when you put together a 13-day plan, a 13-day course.
And it works.
And it works.
To this day.
That's a
Still to this
brilliant
day. When I
mind.
talk to the guys in prison, they still do the same program
Yes.
right now.
They pay
Guys,
you for that.
Nah.
I was
Now-
about to
you know
say.
how
Now the challenge, and I can tell
$80 a month.
I can
That
tell
you paid in
you
prison,
the
$80
challenge
a
that
month.
he will have with it.
What? With what?
The people who, if he teaches everyone who's coming out of prison, they won't go back.
Yeah, and then they like
And then they're not going. It's a money issue. It's a money issue because if he has everyone who comes out teaches them how to be successful, to get $70,000 to $80,000 a year, and not go back in, have that mentality of not going back in, what's going to happen to the prison system? They're going to start making money, and you're going to become.
Well, you got to catch them before they even get there.
Yeah, but
Because they're still going in.
well, yeah, no,
still
he
going
can
because
if he put
there's
that
no
program together
direction.
and those
There's
people
no
start listening to
direction.
it.
There's no direction.
They come out.
Yeah.
Boys and girls.
And then I say they need to implement in DPW because you got a lot of young guys that's coming in there. They coming home, not really having nothing, and you making like $50,000-$60,000 a year, especially doing leaf season there, all the overtime. You getting $3,000-$4,000 checks. If you don't have no direction on what to do with your money, you going back around the neighborhood.
for you that you can connect with.
Okay.
If there's some way to train people or to
Get them all
connect
together.
with- Yes, we have somebody.
I was just telling them about that last week.
Yeah.
I said, y'all got this sexual harassment class. Y'all need to have a money management class.
No, they don't want that.
They get this money.
They don't want that. Just
That's
like
too
he
much,
said.
like, right, but that's okay. Because you can start them, and we got somebody that
we had somebody.
Yeah.
The
I
mental
was
health and the
telling them.
wellness, the mental health
Yes.
and building wealth.
And it's nothing that you just take them before they start spending their money reckless. Had these classes and see what to do with it,
When they get that, when they say you have the job, okay, and your first paycheck will come in 2 weeks, that's when you jump on them and say, okay, before you go ahead and buy this and do that and go party and throw them
That's
ones
exactly what
and all that,
they
we need you to sit down with this person here so they can teach you how to make more money.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to learn how
Yeah.
to make more
That's what
money.
we need you.
Legitimately.
Legitimately,
So,
I'm telling
yes, get with Frank. I'm talking about Brandy.
you. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Cause
you figure.
and cause you gotta look at the amount of people they bring in. They bring in like over 100-something people every year at DPW just to pick up the leads in DC. And they getting them checks. They working 12 hours,
Wisdom
6 days a week.
Apprentice under him for his landscaping.
Woo!
It's something.
Well, man, Bucky, we appreciate this. Wow, this has been. Before we finish though,
appreciate it.
we have to finish this up with 60 seconds of fire, brother.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
You ready?
You got to give your number out.
Yes,
and
yes,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
yes.
Fields
Yeah,
Landscaping
social media.
101. My 301-541-4809. Fields
I'll be
Landscaping 101.
That's
why I
the
say
website.
101. As I say 101 is because I'm right there. One on just me.
Oh, one on one.
101. Yeah.
Fields Landscaping
Fields
101.
Landscaping 101.
Say that number again.
Yes.
301-541-4809. And people ask and say, why is your business number is your personal number? I said, I don't have no personal number. This everything I make money for me. Everything I drive, everything. I got my wife car today, and she said, why you keep driving? Why you don't drive my car? I'm like, look, I drive my van 'cause I make money in my van, and my pickup when I got Everything I make money for. My phone got to make money for me. It got to pay. So
Okay.
I don't have it.
That makes sense.
It's just a side number. No. When that phone ring, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be some money today.
I know that's right.
Got you. So guys, please reach out to Bucky, and you will be happily rewarded. I'm telling you, you're gonna be. But let's go ahead to the 60 seconds of fire, okay?
Oh.
All right. So now, most people are motivated by what they focus on, okay? Whether it's love, whether it's hate, or whether it's fear. What do you think motivates you, and why?
I feel my patience and my perseverance what motivates me, because I know I can get a lot done by being patient. I can accomplish a whole lot. I can reach a whole lot of people just by being patient and persevere and stay on the course.
Okay.
So that's mine.
All right. We kind of went over this probably but what is your biggest but in your life?
I don't know.
But I know I can help another.
That may be holding you back from the goal that you want to get. What is your biggest but in life?
I think going out, my biggest but is I don't want to go straight to landscaping and leave my full-time job because it might don't work. So that's that but right there. Like, I ain't ready. I want to do it, but nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing about your journey, what would it be and why?
You know, to be totally honest with you, because a lot of times people say, like, you've been locked up all these years and stuff like that, would you change it? I say, if I wouldn't have went through what I went through, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So to change anything, I'm glad I made it through this course. I'm just glad I'm still here and I made it through this course.
So it ain't nothing that you wouldn't change.
All right.
That I haven't already changed.
Now, if money was a person, would it be fun, an assassin, or a stranger? What do I mean? So if money was, let's say, Angela, Tracy, would she be fun? Would you consider her fun? Would you consider her, when I say assassin, something that's evil that will harm you, or would you consider the stranger that's something that I really don't know anything about?
I would say fun. Money would be fun.
Yeah, I'm fun.
All right, the last one. What do you believe your greatest invisible asset is? For instance, trustworthiness, love, happiness, generosity, kindness, peace, freedom, honesty. What do you believe
my loyalty.
Right.
My loyalty. That's one of the things my supervisor, Coyle boy, he said, reason why I wanted to bring you on board, because you're loyal. It's rare that you can find somebody that's loyal. Sometimes your loyalty can be to a default, but I am the way I am. Whatever happened, if it don't work out, I'm cool. It ain't gonna change my character. I'm loyal to I'm loyal. Yeah, my wife to say the same thing. She like, I ain't worried about my husband can go here, he can do all this thing, because she know. You know what I'm saying? But she met me in Miami. I wasn't out there trying to talk to no girls and nothing. I was just chilling. And she was like, I know when you go places, you don't go out to flirt, you don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I just go out to have a nice time, enjoy myself. She know I'm loyal. And
That's me. I go out to have a nice time. I don't do nothing. If you come to me, I'm like,
yeah.
Hey guys, we are going to get on out. We're going to jump on out of here before we get in trouble. But this is your partner, Frank. I'll be remiss. Please, if you enjoyed this, please like this, share this, comment. Please make a comment, share this. We're looking to build our network up. So just take a second, hit the like button. That's all. Just hit
anyone
and subscribe.
that wants to be on this show, or if you'd like to be on the show, give us a call.
If you have the entrepreneur mindset or story to tell, we would definitely. Our website is bs4entrepreneurs.com. That's bs4entrepreneurs.com. We're gonna get out of here. I'm your partner, Frankie P.
and I'm Tracy P.
I'm Maria P.
We got Buggy Fields in the house today, baby.
Y'all, appreciate y'all.
Remember, you change your perspective, you change your life. When you change your perspective, you change your life. When you change your perspective, no matter how long it takes. Never give up. And guess what's going to happen, guys? You're going to change your life.
Okay.